is plant? The word plant encompasses a wide range of living organisms, all of which belong to the kingdom, plenty, and share a range of characteristics. Is a living organism of the kind, exemplified by trees, shrubs, herbs, grasses, ferns, and mosses, typically growing in a permanent site, absorbing water and inorganic substances through its roots, and synthesizing in its leaves by photosynthesis. The green pigment chlorophyll. Importance: plants in my local community that I consider to be endangered species. First is the orchid plant. Orchids have 3 sepals, 3 petals, and 3 chambered ovary. The 3 sepals and 2 of the petals are often similar to each other, but one apetal is usually highly modified, forming a lip or labellum. By having an orchid growing in your home or work environment, you are also helping to improve the quality of air around you. Orchid flowers as a healer of fever, diabetes, kidneys, and lungs. In my local community, they use orchids plants for design. Every time there is activities, they overwatering them sometimes and they die. We must pay attention to our orchids' needs and how much water it uses. Second is the Mimosa pudica plant, or Macahia. Aside in Philippine lands, the Macahia plant Mimosa pudica is famous for its tendency to curl up its leaves at the slightest touch, as if it were extremely embarrassed about physical contact. While small, the Macahia plant uses are wide and varied, offering numerous health benefits. The plant is believed to provide relief for asthma and is also considered antibacterial, analgesic, antidepressant, antispasmodic, and diuretic, among many others. Here in my community, I used to see a lot of Mimosa pudica plants every time I passed by the sides of the roads or on the flat mountains. But now I notice that they suddenly disappear because I used to see children playing with them, just applauded and picked at for no reason and just thrown away. I hope this old method will be removed. Some plants are cared for, some are neglected because one looks better, but it should be fair because all plants are important to our environment. Also, the Anthurium andrianum, or flamingo lily, is herbaceous, evergreen plant that grows to 40 cm in height. The dark green leaves are heart-shaped and glossy. The inflorescence is made up of a cream yellow tail like spadix and waxy red spathe. The leaves of Anthurium plants contain calcium oxalate crystals, therefore are poisonous. Before handling these plants, it will be recommended to wear gloves and keep the plant out of reach from children and pets. Formaldehyde is one of the major indoor pollutants. The main source of formaldehyde indoor is facial tissue papers, paints, synthetic fibers, wooden flooring, wooden furniture, waxed paper, shoe polish, other makeup items too. The leaves of Anthurium absorb formaldehyde and thus helps in cleaning the indoor air of houses and offices. How do plants become endangered? Plants have difficulty growing and reproducing without access to pollination. This is how plants breed and contribute to the growth of their species. As humanity takes over virgin land, putting up cities and suburbs, we interfere with plant species' abilities to pollinate. Additionally, irregular rainfall patterns due to climate change cause challenges for water-moving pollen. When rivers become dry, they cannot carry the necessary pollen from region to region to keep plant species alive. How we can help? Develop plant sanctuaries. Plant sanctuaries help grow endangered plant species, support local pollination, and manage each plant's safety through installing mason bee hotels and seed mixes for pollinators. By visiting, donating, and volunteering At state parks, you can help preserve plant habitats ecology and also support indigenous lands. There are various actions we can take to reduce our behaviors, contributing to plant extinction. By financially supporting land conservation organizations and voting for protection, we can maintain an environment where plants can flourish. By reducing our contribution to global warming, we can also limit negative impacts on plant endangerment. When it comes to protecting endangered plants, ignorance is not a bliss. Now you know how to protect endangered plants. By supporting the conservation of the environment and virgin lands, you can help protect endangered species. Tackling the biodiversity crisis will require cooperation at all levels of society, from intergovernmental agreements down to local community action. Individuals like me can play our part in creating the institutions and electing leaders who can help to safeguard biodiversity. Reconnecting with nature and encouraging others to do the same can help people to learn more about local ecosystems, respect them, and treasure them. Huge amounts of food is wasted, and by repairing rather than replacing electrical items and getting more use out of the clothes we already own, consumers can have a positive effect on biodiversity that could also save us money. Individuals can make a difference. I can make difference. These are some of the things I can do to save and promote biodiversity. Supporting political action committed to protecting and restoring biodiversity. Supporting institutions that promote the protection and restoration of biodiversity. Support local and regional projects aimed at tackling biodiversity loss. Buying fewer products and making sure the products you do buy minimize the impact on biodiversity. Reducing waste of consumer goods, and recycling some useful things. Educating children about biodiversity, ecosystems and the threats they face, and the opportunities to restore them. My digital artwork to support biodiversity. We are not above nature. We are a part of it. Don't act blindly. Let us treat our nature kindly.
Rafanan John Messi from BSBA 1H.